Hello. I am here and I'm reading a little note. So it looks like it was deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new or just remove this. Sorry, technical difficulties here. It's saying that I need to delete it and I need to add it. And I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to make this up as we're here. Today at 6 p.m. We're going to save it. I hope that solved whatever it wanted. How's everybody doing today? Let me know if you're here. I apologize. I have a cough drop in my mouth. I popped it in right as I clicked to go. But that's okay. You guys will let me get away with this. Who's here? It is Tuesday. Beautiful day in North Carolina. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And we're here to do some tarot or oracle card pull. I've got a tarot deck today. And so if there's a card that you want pulled, just let me know. And we will have some fun today. I think I'm going to start off with just a reading of the week. It's, still the beginning of the week. And let's see what they say. So I pulled out this one deck called Soul Cats Tarot. I've never worked with this deck. The author is Lisa Robertson and art by Adam Ohlers. So I've never done this, but I love cats. And in fact, she won't come to me if I call her, but my cat's walking around in between my feet right now. So she's here with us. And I just thought this would be a really fun deck to maybe work with. So we're going to try it. We'll see what it's like. And I see Teresa David is here. Hi, Teresa. How is your Tuesday been going? Beautiful day here in North Carolina. I was just saying, I think it was like 77 degrees today. And I think last I heard you had snow over in Oregon. Oof. No, see, I'm over the snow. I know you guys don't get a lot of snow where you're at, but I'm over it. I don't need snow. So let's see what some of these cards are like from this Soul Cats Tarot. Teresa's saying they got snow again today. Yeah. I mean, is anybody here love snow? I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with it other than it's completely cold and I hate being cold. Let's see, my chain is all collywampa. What else has been going on? All right, so we are having a hard time getting to these cards. Literally just opened this deck. So a lot of people like to know about the details. This deck does not have any glint on the edges. Comes in a beautiful box though, and it has a space to hold the cards and the book itself, which is nice and big and very easy to look through. So let's pull a couple cards for the week. It is the end of February, but starting in March. Boy, time flies. Seems to just go faster and faster every time I close my eyes and I wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, what day is it now? All right, so let's get some cards for this week, starting February 28th for the rest of this week. What do you guys got for us? Okay, so I spilled my cards. I haven't worked with these cards before, so nothing is really popping out here for me. I'm gonna shuffle just. So here's a fun thing. The whole store was at the Body, Mind, Spirit this weekend. And I went to, it's always fun to try out different readers. And I always try to try a couple of them, right? One or two that I haven't tried before. And I tried this one guy and I went to him and I just sat down. That's all I did. I sat down and I he didn't even like ask me, to set an intention or anything. He just dove right in and started talking. And I was like, okay, well, okay. I mean, I was just really waiting for more information. And he's like, oh, well, this isn't working. And so then he picked up his cards and he pulled out a card and he threw it down and he asked me a question and I answered him. And then he looked at me and he was like, I can't read you. Go. And he literally like made me leave. Like, he's like, you don't have to pay. Just go. And I was just like, the oddest thing. I've never had anyone refuse to read me before. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought he might even be onto something. I was really just wanting more information. And he just was, I don't know. It was just a very odd circumstances. So I didn't really understand what the situation was. I left. I was invited to leave, so I left. All right. Come on, cards. Oh, there's one finally. And what else for the week here? What do we got? Stay. These are fun. We have, I may have to get my glasses from us blind people. Ooh, I love this first card that comes out, the Lovers. Isn't that cute? Don't you love the green eyes of that one cat? He's like, check me out. I've got a girl. I've got my girl feline. All right. So for this week, what am I getting for this week? It feels like comfort. It feels like maybe it's time to, I'm getting this pause before the more craziness happens. Like it's like you can, Teresa was saying it was snowing in Oregon. And it's kind of like that feeling that you can just hunker down for a little bit and get really, really comfortable and just enjoy having a snow day. Isn't there anything better? Remember when you were in school and you could just stay home and you didn't have any responsibilities and just to enjoy the snow day? Because around the corner is coming more excitement. But for right now, it's time to just hunker down and enjoy a moment of cuddles with your loved one, staying warm, about staying in comfort, staying in your comfort zone without having to reach out and do too much. Like this is the time to just settle down and enjoy yourself and get comfortable. Don't try to have to think you have to do something. Be in the moment and enjoy where you are in that moment. And so I pulled 3 cards. The next one is the 8 of Swords. And look, having not seen these cards before, I have to I love this. So this cat, he's got his 8 swords. What I love is he's blindfolded. Because, he's isolated. He's trapped. It's interesting to go from nice and comfortable to this. And I think this is what I was saying is like this, enjoy this because this more tricky time is coming around the corner where we're going to feel that sense of being trapped. But I don't want you to worry about that because it is really going to be for our benefit ultimately. It's just that we have to get through this phase. And that's all this week is. It's just a phase. Again, I love the faces and the eyes on these cats. The Hierophant. I'm terrible pronunciation of words, so forgive me if I'm butchering that. So again, it's like staying in comfort, being okay with where you're at, enjoy what you have, enjoy your loved ones. There is going to be this feeling of a lack of movement. Like, I don't know if I want to quite use the word trapped, but there's going to be this lack of movement. And it's going to be a tricky, dicey time, but it's all good because at the end, you're going to really have this new inner wisdom, this new, look at all the beautiful books this cat has. I love how she's kind of winking, going, it's okay. And that's like a wink to all of you that it's okay. It's, the knowledge is always within you, but having this other experience of these other two cards, you're going to be able to, because look at her, she has no concern, she has no worries at all. She's very relaxed in her wisdom and her knowledge, and she's like sitting on these books going, I have everything that I need, absolutely everything I need. All right. So I see that Fatouche was asking, are we doing readings? I will pull a card. So just put into the comments that you want a card pulled, and I will start pulling cards for everyone, specifically for individuals who are here. So say hello, and you don't have to tell me what you are asking. If you just ask yourself, set that intention for your team. I'm going to pull the card, and then I'll just share what little intuitive information that I have, or whatever the card might say. I'm going to switch though to my dragon cards. I just wanted to show everybody the cat cards because they're so dang cute. But I always do better if I have my dragon cards. I love being able to read those. So if you want a card, make a comment. Leave a comment that you want a card, and we'll see what we come up with. So Melanie, is that your question about? Oh, the chill thing must have been about the cat comments. Gotcha. Well, that's perfect for you. That's perfect. I love it. And you should, like, we should all take a moment to chill. I think we all get so busy in our everyday lives. We go. And it's rare for us to just take a few days to relax and just enjoy our loved ones, enjoy our beautiful homes, to enjoy a wonderful blanket and have the cat lay on your lap or something. Love it. Bethany's here with us. Hey, Bethany. All right. Fatouche, could you ask cards if my ex-boyfriend loves me and if he's willing to come back? Well, let's see what the cards have to say about that. Oops, one's coming out. So I get the, I'm going to look up and see one thing before I, Five of Wands. I love this. The dragons. Like I said, I was getting the dragon card for you. Five of Wands. If you just looking at these, I mean, when you look at this card, it looks like conflict. It feels like conflict. It's like a raging war. And I think my question for you, Fatouche, is this really what you want? I mean, is this a representation of your relationship with this guy? That it doesn't feel warm and cozy, and it just feels like this raging war. And I guess I want to ask you, is that what you want to go back into? Because this, as you ask if he loves you, true love, that unconditional love, does not represent itself like this. True unconditional love would accept you and it would cuddle with you. And while he may have done that on occasion, even maybe, it feels like the relationship was more like what this card looks like. And so I would say that, as in all conflicts, it feels very all over the place. But it just feels like a big battle. And do you want a battle? Do you want to have him to come back and continue the war? Because I don't get the sense that if he did come back, that it would be calm and smooth and different. So you'll have to let me know if that represents your experience, but that's what I'm getting off the card. Teresa David would love a card. Let's see what dragons want to show up for Teresa David. How has your day been, Teresa? Must be interesting. I wonder how much it snowed up there. I have not even looked at the weather. Me checking weather is going outside and seeing if I need a jacket or not. All right, we need a card for Teresa David. What do you guys got for me? Excuse me. Cards. Oh, found its way out. Found its way on the floor. In fact, you got 2 cards. Interesting. All right, so the first card is the 7 of Pentacles. All right, I just want to feel into this for a second. Okay, so when I look at this, I mean, I can look at what they say about the 7 of Pentacles, but when I look at this, and this is so funny because we had this card last week, and what I get off of this card this week is completely different than what I'm getting off of it now. But I'm getting this twisted into knots. Twisted up into knots. And it's like it feels like you have a lot of potential ideas or possibilities. And it feels like it's almost overwhelming. Like, in the picture, they're all above the dragon. And it feels very overwhelming. And it's like you're all tied up in knots with whether it's indecision, whether it's something, but it just feels like you're tied up in knots and overwhelming. It just feels like you got a lot going on and you're unsure of which direction to go. Now, the second card that came out with that one is this Judgment card, which, boy, and I want to feel into this too, because when I feel into it, I get this sense of it's time to, it's not that they're judging you, but maybe it's time to make a decision and take a step forward towards something. The other thing that I'm really getting off this card is hunger. Like, there's a hunger to know more. There's a hunger to understand. And it's like this guy up here is like, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Like, it's like, we're here with you regardless of what you think, or no matter where you are here, all tied up, it doesn't matter. We're here with you, but it's time to take a step. Doesn't matter what the step is. And remember, one step just starts the journey. One step can be in any direction, because we may not know where the end result is going. We don't know what that end of that journey looks like. It's just about one step, a discovery. And like I said, that hunger to me almost equates to a discovery process of some kind, like hungry for something more, hungry for movement, hungry for knowing something. There's a lot of hunger, a lot of things that you might be looking for or wanting, and you don't feel like you're getting it. And there's this guide or maybe dragon that's kind of going, get over it, take the step. So you'll let me have to know, Teresa, what you think of that one. What do you think of that? Bethany, how are you? Let's get Bethany a card. I gotta get all my cards. I was gonna see one other thing here. Gotta keep all this technical stuff. I tell you, it just seems like somebody has a big icon face. I don't know what kind of, but that's great. Oh, Bethany's already got one card. What's Bethany got here? Ooh, it's the 10 of Pentacles, which, I mean, let me just look at what 10 of Pentacles, but then I'm just going to read it off of what I'm getting off of it. So, if I look at how they would represent the 10 of Pentacles, They're saying family disputes, breaking traditions, conflict over money, financial failure. You know what I feel in this is nesting. I feel this nesting going on. And right now, while it may be all over the place, as far as it's kind of like it's the step before the building of a nest. It's like everything is going every direction. Everything is feeling out of chaos, feeling all over the place. But I feel like it's headed towards creating a nest. And I know a little bit about Bethany. I mean, she works with me, right? So I understand her current situation, and I know she's looking for somewhere to live. And you would think that that's a conscious part of what I'm saying, and it's not. Like, this is truly what I'm feeling is this nesting. And I do feel like it might have something to do with finding a place. But I think the key here is it's about feeling a lot about, how all these gold balls are everywhere. I think that's how you're feeling, is like everything is just scattered to the winds and you're not quite sure what to do with any of it. You don't know how, there's no place to put it, and you're looking to nest. You just wanting that one place where you can settle down. You can put all your little gold balls in the places that they belong, all lined up on the shelf, or, whatever they need to be. But I do feel like it's coming, like the nest is coming. It's just a matter of time. I'm actually going to pull a second card because that feels very preemptive of something. This card came out. Look at that. It's a nest. I can't make this up. There's your nest. And you get rabbits in your nest. Who wouldn't want a nest with rabbits in it? And dragon eggs, of course. Nice green little pre-baby dragons and their eggs. Yep, there's your nest. So while it may feel like this and all chaotic and everything feels like it's going in every direction, there's your nest, and everything is put away nicely. Everything is burgeoning into growth because that's what the eggs represent. Lots of new potentials for you in that, every one of those eggs. Yes. So Bethany is saying, like, she was responding to this first card where it's all over the place, chaos. And she's like, it's my current situation, a million pieces, but I can only move one task at a time. Exactly. And Bethany's saying that she used to have a pet rabbit. Oh, maybe the pet rabbit's coming back, because in this, you got 2 pet rabbits. Those could be the kids. I don't know. I like that, though, for you. It feels good. It feels good. Patience and allowing things to kind of evolve and fall into place. Remember the first cards that we pulled earlier about how it's time to just pause, because it feels like things are going to be a little bit more chaotic before then they get much smoother. Now, Teresa, she's responding to her cards, which was about being twisted in knots. Remember, she had the tree with the dragon twisted around it. I've been on this wall for a long time now and totally understand they are telling me to jump off and trust. You have described how I am feeling perfectly, and I am feeling overwhelmed. I know there's more for me, and it's right around the corner. But did you hear the step? They asked you to take a step. They're asking you to just do something in movement. Like I said, one step, doesn't matter which direction, because you can head south, but you can still end up north if you need to. It does not matter which direction you need to do that. It's about exploring your space. It's about being curious about all those potentials that you have. Don't worry about it being the right one or the most appropriate one. That doesn't matter right now. It's just about exploring whatever might come up for you. And then you're going to learn something from that. And from that, you're going to be able to get to the next thing. Okay. So Melanie is, the system she came into. I can't show her comment, but she says she wants a card. I need to decide if I should go back to school for a master's and change careers. Let's find out, Melanie. Let's see. Melanie, go back. Things are flying out. That's always a clear sign. Actually, I feel like I need to pull 2 cards for you too. Let's see. Is there another card in there? Oh, finally, they're going everywhere. All right, so the card that came out for you is the 4 of Cups. And again, reading off of my own intuition, what I feel in this is, you see in this picture, you have a cup. That is with where you are at now. You have that cup. Your cup, it's like you have that. Like but you want more. But what I'm feeling is that you have more that you're not using. Like I'm feeling like there's more that you have already. Like these cups are this current dragon's. They're just kind of being stored there right now. He doesn't have to go to school to get them. He already has them. And I feel like you have some cups, some knowledge, some wisdom, something that you're not using. And do you need to go to school to get a master's to use those? I don't think so. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't go and get your master's and add to this cup collection. But I do feel like there's something that you could do without having to do the master's per se. That's already part of you. It might be something that needs to be tweaked. It might be something that you haven't fully even valued. You know, sometimes our greatest gifts are things that we don't value ourselves, but other people do. I would be curious what people have told you about your natural gifts, or something, like I said, something that you already have that could get you into what you're looking for. So Melanie's saying she feels like she needs more challenges. Can you expand on that? Because it's like, why do you want more challenges? Are you not comfortable with where you're at? There's nothing wrong with being curious, but challenges to me are more work, more things to prove than being in the flow of everything that you are. She's saying her job is a boring aviation meteorologist. So that's become just every other day for you. There's something, it's like there's something within what you already know that you could switch. And so I guess my question for you is, are you completely bored with being a meteorologist altogether? Is there other avenues within being a meteorologist that might be more exciting? Yes, she's saying. I mean, is that a consideration? Because, you know, I get what you're saying. Like you're doing one little small streamline of work, but I mean, meteorologist, that's a pretty big thing. And there's got to be a ton of other types of jobs within that same field, if that's a field that you like. But I would like search for something, look for some options that are within that. Like I said, going back to, you have something that you already have what you need. You just have to tweak it a little bit. You just have to look outside of the box of the way you've been looking at it. It's there. Okay, so you're bored with weather altogether. Is that right? Okay. And that's okay. So what about, I mean, you know, as an example, there are some people that become a lawyer. and they don't like being a lawyer. So they go and become the authority on teaching other people about law. So now they've become a teacher instead of a lawyer, but they've got the lawyer skills, but now they're applying them in a different way, that they're already the authority in that world. And you are able to still use what you've got, but just present it in a different package. Give yourself, whether it's teaching or, if you want to work for yourself, YouTube channels about what they look for. She's saying she's dating a retired lawyer that's now a law professor. Right. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Can you teach meteorology? Can you, she says you're very psychic. It's what I do. So yeah, I just feel like there's something about taking what you have and shifting it and presenting it in a different way, but still using the knowledge that you have, just like your retired lawyer who's now a professor. You have the wisdom, you have this knowledge. How can you tweak that into presenting it in a way that would be fun for you, that you could, make the money that you're looking for, because we all need money to survive. But it doesn't have to be the same old boring way. But you have a lot of experience. You have a lot of wisdom and knowledge in that field. Now, who wants to know about that field? Who is, look at other, I don't know. Again, I don't know if you want to work for yourself and like present information on YouTubes or TikToks. There's a million of those, right? Or, you're an authority. The people always need to place people in places of authority for information. You can blog about it. There's just a lot going on there. So I think there's something that you can work with in that. All right. Any other questions, Melanie? You good? I'll research. Good. Nice. Good. I love it. All right. Anyone else? I think we may have, and this is good. It's 6:30, so we've done our half hour, which is awesome. Anybody have any final comments before we wrap it up? I'm going to pull one card to just kind of finish up this stream, because I just love pulling my dragon cards. Maybe I'll pull a card for me. I'm still laughing about this guy that wouldn't read the cards for me. It was just like, and the thing is, I thought he was onto something. Like, he had said something about stagnancy, and I was like, my life's very busy. So at first I was like, I couldn't understand where stagnancy would be in my life. But then I was thinking about my marketing. I had a heck of a time finding someone to step into this marketing role I'm looking for. And it's definitely been stagnant. But it was taking me time to connect the dots. And sometimes, I'm a little slow. What can I say? All right. So here's my card. Ooh, I got the card Strength. This card's really cool because she kind of looks like a astronaut, almost a spaceman or a Superman astronaut. But really, she's on this other world, and she's like almost doing a mind meld with the dragon. Isn't that cool? And I do a lot of mind melding with my dragons, so I like that. Maybe they're telling me I need to go mind meld with a dragon right now. I need to go merge with some dragons. I love it. All right, well, that was my card. It's always harder to read for yourself than it is for others. Yeah, they're just saying stand strong. Stand strong. It's all good. Tree says, LOL, was the guy your mystery? Oh, God, no. People keep telling me I have this guy coming. Okay, so here's the funny part, is that this guy talked about stagnancy, and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe. I really wasn't really connecting with that, but I was listening. And then he pulled out the cards, and he threw down a chord that said love. And he said, do you love yourself? And I said, yeah. Hey, I feel like I can say that. I've been working on loving myself for the last 20 years. It's what I help other people do. I'm pretty confident when I say, yes, I love myself. And then he said, well, maybe there's some new guy or something. And I was like, oh, wanting to hear more. And that's when he pulled up all his cards and said, yeah, I can't read you. So whatever. All right, guys. This has been so awesome. Thank you so much. I so appreciate all of you who were here and showed up and spent this times with us. This was really, really fun. I really enjoy this. We're trying to do this every Tuesday, either at 6 or 6:30. Just depends on my calendar because it can kind of be busy. So just keep in track of what time it might start. And we will be back next week and see what the cards have to say. Teresa says you're amazing. No, you're amazing. We're all amazing. All right, guys. Thank you. Many blessings. I will see you next time. Namaste.